Namaste. Today I'm here talking about the principles or the foundation of self-healing. There are a lot of mixed views on self-healing. Some spiritual masters say that self-healing isn't a concept. Other teachers believe that self-healing is the only principle, only truthful principle. Where I'm coming from, or where I'm going to be sharing my experience or whatever little knowledge I have about self-healing, is based on, of course, my own personal experiences, but also on the experiences of those I have seen going on a self-healing journey close to me, around me. And I can cite many, many examples of such people. We've heard of stories of people that have self-healed and cured dangerous diseases, chronic pains, cancer, depression, and the spectrum is pretty large. And we often think of these stories or sharings as miraculous. Of course, they are no less than miracles. But what's the crux of it? And that's what we want to discuss today. The principles of self-healing go beyond any type of explanation. Because to make sense of it, one must understand and feel the interconnectedness of everything within this cosmos, within this creation. Just as the seasons come, seasons go, the leaves fall, they grow back. Many natural disasters happen, but there is a wisdom to those natural disasters as well. We call them disasters, but there is a wisdom in the force of nature. So when nature is subtle and gentle and delicate, there is a wisdom there. And when nature is also destructive, wild, forceful, there is an inherent wisdom there too. Just as the human body will naturally heal when it is scarred or a bone is broken. Of course, there is intervention required in many cases, which is medical intervention. But even if we talk about the simplest thing like a cut, and if we don't need to really go to a hospital for it, the body's mechanism is to fight off bacteria, is to fight off that which is trying to disturb our ecosystem, but at the same time, take care of us, protect us, heal us. And so you see, when you have a cut, a scab is formed. And that scab protects the entry of any germs and keeps you safe till the wound can completely heal. So for me, the principles of self-healing are the principles of nature. And by default, I believe when we live in this conscious presence of this interconnectedness, we heal automatically from heartache, from financial loss, from physical and mental health situations. We heal from that naturally. But when we get disconnected from this complete cosmos, when we get disconnected from this principle of unity, of oneness, of connection, of interbeing, that's when I believe we start to disintegrate, fragment, and break down. And that's when we need to go back into that connection to discover that we already have an inherent capacity to heal ourselves. That being said, it's always, always wonderful if on our healing journeys we can find support, a guru, a teacher, a friend who can take us on this journey tenderly, kindly, lovingly. That being said, it isn't impossible to go into this wisdom alone, solely. It isn't possible. You can go into this wisdom solo if you have that much faith in yourself, and if you are deeply in touch with yourself, it's absolutely possible. But many of us are disconnected from ourselves because we're disconnected from the entire cosmos. And so if someone takes our hand and walks with us and shows us back or brings us back onto that path that takes us back into that deep connection with ourselves, it is super helpful on this journey of self-healing. So Chakraks is a 7-week journey where we go into the 7 subtle energy centers, which are the chakras. And although we have many, many more, many micro chakras, these 7 ones are supposed to be considered like the reservoirs of energy within our body. The wheel of energy within our body, from where who we are emanates, from where our vigor for life, our values, our health, our vitality emanates from these 7 centers. And a lot of imbalances and disconnection that we feel from ourselves and the world has got to do with not understanding or mastering this life force, this energy. So self-healing isn't just about filling in a crack. Self-healing is about, like the Japanese practice of actually putting gold or something even more valuable in the cracks. That's what self-healing is about. Because our space of disconnection with ourselves, our space of pain, suffering, can become a beautiful pedestal or platform for this deep internal healing and spiritual growth to happen. So if you look at it not as a baggage or a weight that you have to carry, but if you look at it as something that carries you, it's a very, very different experience. And so it becomes that platform for change to happen. And so self-healing isn't limited just to the principles of manifestation, where you become that idea and you manifest it. On the other hand, you become that ever-flowing, unconditional, highly vibrational energy yourself. So self-healing is a lot about changing what level you're vibrating at. If we're all energy, then each of us is within certain patterns. Each of us is within certain experiential memories. Each of us is coming from a certain background. Each of us is coming from a certain experience, childhood, trauma, pain, love, even the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all of it, all encompassing. And so self-healing gives us a chance to take control over our own journey and to realize that healing is the actual natural way of being. Because when you are connected with the universe, with people, with beings, with trees, with the elements, with yourself, healing becomes the nature of existence. And so you are able to move from things faster, become more accepting, be more patient, be more compassionate. That's where that deep self-healing needs to happen. And through the journey of Chakraks, which is starting on the 18th of April, anybody is welcome to come onto this path and this journey. I've had the chance of already taking 60 plus people on this journey through the year of 2021. And now through 22, I start off this journey with a new set of people. It's so powerful. We come together for those 7 weeks with that commitment together. It still has a lot of flexibility and gives you the room to do things the way you want to. From Monday to Friday, I work on 20 to 30 minutes of content with you. On Saturdays, we have guest teachers corresponding to each of the chakras who bring in their wisdom, their knowledge. And on Sundays, we have a sharing circle where we work together. We understand what we've progressed from, what work we need to do. What are the blockages that we have? Where are those blockages stemming from? And the modalities used are movement, breath, chanting, mantras, silence, meditation, journaling, affirmations, touch therapy, massage. There's a lot of different modalities used to help us come deep into ourselves whenever we feel we might need it. So, what this journey helps people to understand is immediately be able to point out and see, where am I feeling these blockages and where are these blockages stemming from? What are the tools that I have in my own pocket to help me heal myself or heal from this trauma, this suffering? How can I become more accepting of it? How can I have more compassion for myself, for the situation, and for others? This is really the premise of Chakraks, and I'm looking forward to inviting you to this journey. I'm looking forward to having you on this journey with me. Anybody who's interested is welcome to DM me at Meher Banjaran or at Chakraks, and let's walk each other. That's the, as Baba Ramdev says, as Baba Ramdas says, that we are walking each other home. And I think that that's something very special and something very, very true. And as much as I get a chance to take people back into themselves through this journey, every being that has ever been part of Chakraks has given me a chance to introspect, to go deeper, to learn, to discover. And that's the magic of this container, that each person grows but becomes instrumental in the growth of another person. And healing within a conscious, aware, mindful community is becoming that vibrational force for each other, holding each other, and progressing from there as community. Because if community grows, you grow. If you grow, community grows. And that's truly the path that we all want to walk on. So I'll see you at Chakraks. If you're interested, please DM me for more info.